Welcome to my channel, Enlightenment in the Darkness. And welcome to 10 fascinating facts about hummingbirds. Found only in the Americas, hummingbirds are distinguished by their dazzling colors, diminutive size, and speedy flight. You might be familiar with some of the more common species in North America, like the ruby-throated and rufous hummingbirds. There are hundreds of species in the Americas, from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego. Hummingbirds have adapted to a wide variety of climates and environments, including desert scrublands, and even chilly grassy and bushy areas found above the tree line 10,000 or more feet up in the Andes. Unfortunately, habitat loss threatens many species, including 10 that are critically endangered, such as the glittering star, frontlet Chilean, wood star, and Juan firecrown. All of these species are ecological and cultural treasures, and ABC is working with international partners to protect them and the other species sharing their habitats. Want to learn more about these tiny wonders and why we need to protect them? Here are 10 fascinating facts about hummingbirds. There are 360 hummingbird species, with 15 hummingbird species found in the US and several others that pop up there rarely. We see only a fraction of the total number of species. Some are common, like the ruby-throated hummingbird, the only species commonly found in the East, and Anna's hummingbird, which is found year-round along the West Coast. Others, like the Lucifer hummingbird, have small US ranges. Still others are rare wanderers, like the barrel-line hummingbird, only occasionally found north of the border with Mexico. The vast majority of hummingbirds are found in tropical areas, with the greatest diversity in the northern Andes. Ecuador, with its diverse landscapes and climates, is home to the largest number, some 130 species. Hummingbirds fact number 2. Hummingbirds are incredibly tuned in. Hummingbirds have outstanding spatial memory and can remember feeder locations years later. They are also able to keep track of bloom peaks and remember which flowers they've visited. This is because a large portion of a hummingbird's brain is occupied by the hippocampus, an area dedicated to learning and spatial memory. Fact 3. Hummingbirds visit hundreds of flowers each day. Hummingbirds have very high energy needs. In order to keep up with their metabolism, they feed continuously throughout the day. The ruby-throated hummingbird, for example, can visit more than 1,000 flowers in a day, consuming up to half its weight in nectar between sunrise and sunset. Flowers are their main food source, but hummingbirds also pay back many plants because they play an important role in pollination. They pollinate thousands of different plants, including wildflowers that can stabilize fragile soils after fires and landslides. Fact number 4. The smallest bird in the world is a hummingbird, and it's lighter than a dime. The aptly named bee hummingbird, endemic to Cuba, is only about 2 inches long and weighs approximately 1.6 grams. Other tiny hummingbirds include the 2.5-inch long Esmeralda's wood star, found in Ecuador, and the frilled coquette, less than 3 inches long and the smallest bird in Brazil. Not all hummingbirds are so small, however. As its name denotes, the giant hummingbird, found along the Andes, is huge for a hummingbird. At 8 inches long, the swallow-tailed hummingbird and marvelous spatula tail, both also South American, reach about 6.5 inches long. But much of that is long tail feathers. Similarly, the sword-billed hummingbird, another Andean species, has a long bill that makes up nearly half of its 8-inch length. Fact number 5. We're still discovering new hummingbird species. The blue-throated hill star was discovered as recently as 2017. Researchers estimate that there are fewer than 1,000 individuals, found only in a small region in southwestern Ecuador. Other species have remained unseen for decades. There was not a single sighting of the blue-bearded helmet crest between 1946 and 2015, when ABC partner ProAves launched a search and rediscovered the bird in Colombia. Still to be hopefully rediscovered is the turquoise-throated pawfleck, which is primarily known from specimens collected in Ecuador in 1850 and one unconfirmed sighting in 1976. Fact 6. Hummingbirds' heartbeats are through the roof. The blue-throated mountain gem's heart beats as fast as 1,260 beats per minute. Costa's hummingbirds beats between 500 and 900 times. Compare that to a human's average heart rate of 60 to 100 beats per minute. Even more amazing, some hummingbirds can enter a state of torpor, reducing their heart rates to as few as 50 beats per minute to conserve energy and survive cold temperatures. Fact 7. Most hummingbirds beat their wings 60 to 80 times per second. The name hummingbird comes from the humming sound their wings make as they fly. These birds' flexible shoulder joints allow their wings to rotate 180 degrees, which enables backward flight and stationary hovering. Fact 8. Hummingbirds cannot walk. Hummingbirds can only perch or scoot sideways. They belong to the bird order Apodiformes, meaning footless, which also includes other great aerialists with tiny feet. The swifts' small feet are an asset, both for swifts and hummingbirds, because they reduce drag in flight, making these birds more aerodynamic. Fact 9. Hummingbirds make amazing migration journeys. The calliope hummingbird is the smallest long-distance migratory bird in the world, traveling more than 5,000 miles each year. The rufous hummingbird is also a long-distance traveler, taking on a 3,900-mile-long journey. Thanks to the bird's incredible flight ability, hummingbird migration can be surprisingly fast. The ruby-throated hummingbird, for example, makes a non-stop 500-mile journey across the Gulf of Mexico in less than a day. Fact 10. Hummingbirds existed in Europe 30 million years ago. Today, hummingbirds are exclusive to the Americas, but that was not always the case. The oldest hummingbird fossil was discovered in Germany in 2004. Scientists have yet to explain why hummingbirds disappeared from Europe. How ABC is helping hummingbirds. ABC is determined to prevent hummingbird extinctions. They work with partners and local communities to ensure the survival of the most endangered hummingbirds, as well as many other rare declining bird species and their habitats. With their partners, they have created 93 reserves, spanning close to 1 million acres that protect 234 hummingbird species. Habitat restoration is another hallmark of work with hummingbirds. To date, ABC has planted more than 6 million trees and shrubs to revitalize key habitats, and they are planning to plant 70,000 more. ABC also conducts field expeditions to search for new and monitor known hummingbird populations. These efforts allow us to detect changes in population numbers and identify new threats or changes in the environment that might affect species and their habitats. What you can do to help hummingbirds. We can all do our part to protect these dazzling creatures. Now that you're equipped with all of these hummingbird facts, you can educate your friends and family about these important little birds. If you have the space, you can create a hummingbird paradise right at your home by following 8 simple steps. These include planting native flowering plants and reducing pesticide use. Learn more about these and other tips to attract hummingbirds to your yard. And please keep in mind, the red coloring in hummingbird feeder food is hazardous to these little creatures. You can create a mixture of hummingbird food by mixing 1 cup of sugar to 3 cups of water. My little hummers love it. Thank you for joining me here today on my channel, Enlightenment in the Darkness. Please like and subscribe to my content, so I may continue to bring you more enlightening material. Many blessings to the rest of your day.